The 1940s was a decade of contrast for the automotive industry. Early in the decade, car production was halted for World War II, but by the end of the war, automakers resumed production, focusing on cars that combined style and optimism. Convertibles became symbols of luxury and freedom, but many models were impractical, costly, or overshadowed by their more iconic counterparts. Here are 13 forgotten convertibles from the 1940s that prioritized style over functionality, fading into obscurity as a result.
Dear viewer, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for your support.
Number 13, 1940, Packard 120. Convertible coupe, a car that embodied the transition from the roaring luxury of the pre-war era to a more modest market. Despite its sleek design and Packard pedigree, this vehicle is often forgotten due to its high price, outdated mechanics, and overshadowing by Packard's larger, more prestigious models. Let's explore why this convertible coupe became a historical footnote. The Packard 120, introduced in 1935, marked the company's first foray into the mid-tier luxury market. It was designed to attract buyers who couldn't afford Packard's top-tier models, but still wanted the brand's cachet. By 1940, the 120 had become a cornerstone of Packard's sales strategy, with the convertible coupe serving as its most stylish variant. The 1940 model featured a sleek, aerodynamic design with Art Deco influences. Its convertible top added an element of glamour, appealing to buyers seeking sophistication. A bold grille and streamlined fenders gave the car a commanding presence. The interior was luxurious for a mid-tier model, with plush upholstery and a well-appointed dashboard. Packard ensured a quiet ride, emphasizing refinement over raw performance. The 120 came equipped with Packard's 282 cubic inch straight-8 engine, offering 120 horsepower. While not revolutionary, the engine provided smooth and reliable power for leisurely cruising. At $1,295, approximately $27,000 today, the 120 convertible coupe was expensive for a mid-tier car. Its price put it in competition with more advanced or better-equipped rivals, like Cadillac's entry-level models. Despite its attractive design, the 120's mechanical underpinnings were becoming outdated by 1940. Features like hydraulic brakes and independent front suspension were solid but not cutting-edge. Competitors were offering more innovative technology. Packard's larger, more luxurious models, like the Super 8 and 12, stole the spotlight. Buyers interested in a Packard often stretched their budgets for the prestige of a higher-tier model, leaving the 120 in the shadows. The luxury car market was shrinking as World War II loomed, with buyers gravitating toward practical, affordable vehicles. The convertible coupe's glamorous image seemed out of sync with the practical needs of the time. The late 1930s and early 1940s were a transitional period for the automotive industry. Economic recovery from the Great Depression was uneven, and rising global tensions made consumers cautious. While Packard had found success in the luxury segment during the 1920s and early 1930s, its mid-tier offerings struggled to maintain relevance as buyers prioritized practicality over opulence. The 120's price placed it in a challenging position, too expensive for budget-conscious buyers and not advanced enough for luxury consumers. To compete effectively, even mid-tier models must offer compelling features or performance that set them apart. The 120's reliance on existing technology limited its appeal. Offering multiple tiers of luxury can dilute the impact of mid-range models, especially when the flagship models dominate public perception. The 1940 Packard 120 convertible coupe serves as a reminder that even stylish and well-built cars can fade into obscurity if they fail to align with market demands. It was a car designed for a shrinking audience, overshadowed by Packard's own higher-tier models and undermined by a lack of innovation. Today, the 120 convertible coupe is remembered by enthusiasts as a beautiful but flawed chapter in Packard's storied history. It's a symbol of a brand struggling to find its footing in a rapidly changing world. Could Packard have saved the 120 by making it more innovative, or was its decline inevitable in the pre-war luxury market? Number 12, 1941, Pontiac Torpedo Convertible Coupe, a car that stood out for its streamlined styling, but ultimately failed to leave a lasting legacy. While it was visually striking and aligned with the design trends of its era, the Torpedo lacked the performance and innovation needed to compete effectively. Pontiac introduced the Torpedo in 1940 as part of its transition toward more modern, aerodynamic cars. Designed to compete in the mid-tier market, the Torpedo was aimed at buyers who wanted stylish, full-size cars without paying luxury car prices. By 1941, the convertible coupe represented the pinnacle of the Torpedo lineup, combining open-top flair with the sleek aesthetics of the streamlined modern movement. The Torpedo boasted an eye-catching design with smooth, flowing lines and an elongated hood. Its low, sweeping profile was a departure from the boxier cars of the 1930s, signaling the dawn of a new automotive era. Features like hidden running boards and integrated fenders contributed to its modern appearance. As a convertible, the Torpedo added an element of glamour, appealing to buyers seeking a sense of freedom and adventure. The folding soft top was well crafted, allowing for a seamless transition between open and closed driving. Positioned below luxury brands like Packard and Cadillac, the Torpedo offered stylish design at a more accessible price point. The Torpedo was powered by a 239 cubic inch straight-six engine, producing 90 horsepower. While adequate for casual cruising, it was far from thrilling. The car's heavy body, a byproduct of its large dimensions and robust construction, further hampered its acceleration and handling. Mechanically, the Torpedo offered little that was groundbreaking. While dependable, its engineering was conventional, lacking the advanced features seen in some rivals. In a market increasingly driven by technological progress, this absence of innovation left the Torpedo lagging behind. The streamlined design, while beautiful, added significant weight to the car. This made the Torpedo less agile and more fuel-thirsty compared to competitors. The heavy chassis also made the car feel sluggish, particularly on winding roads or during spirited driving. The onset of World War II in 1941 drastically shifted automotive priorities. With production pivoting to military vehicles, many pre-war models, including the Torpedo, were quickly forgotten. The early 1940s were a transitional time for the auto industry. Manufacturers were embracing modern design trends, but the looming war created uncertainty. Buyers were drawn to cars that combined style with practicality, and performance was becoming a key differentiator. The Torpedo's emphasis on aesthetics over driving dynamics left it misaligned with these evolving consumer demands. The Torpedo's striking design drew attention, but its lackluster performance meant it couldn't deliver a well-rounded ownership experience. In an era of rapid technological advancement, sticking to tried-and-true engineering was a missed opportunity for Pontiac. While streamlined designs were fashionable, they needed to be paired with mechanical advancements to counteract the drawbacks of increased weight. The 1941 Pontiac Torpedo convertible coupe is a testament to the challenges of balancing style, performance, and innovation. While it succeeded in capturing the spirit of the streamlined modern era, its sluggish performance and conventional engineering left it overshadowed by more capable competitors. Today, the Torpedo is remembered more for its aesthetics than its driving dynamics, a reminder that even the most beautiful cars must deliver substance to secure their place in history. Could a more powerful engine or innovative features have saved the Torpedo, or was its fate sealed by the rapidly changing pre-war market? Number 11, 1942. Buick Special Convertible, a car whose timing and lack of innovation consigned it to obscurity. Despite its rarity due to limited production before World War II, the Special Convertible failed to leave a lasting impression, largely because it relied on outdated technology and lacked the allure to stand out in a competitive market. Buick's Special line was marketed as an entry-level model, offering Buick quality at a more affordable price. For 1942, the Special Convertible featured the classic styling cues of the era, including streamlined fenders and a stylish front grille. However, it was released mere months before the United States entered World War II, which abruptly halted automobile production in favor of military efforts. While its rarity could have made it a collector's item, the Buick Special Convertible's lack of standout features or cutting-edge technology left it as more of a historical footnote than a coveted classic. The special convertible featured Buick's signature grille design and sweeping lines that reflected the streamlined aesthetic of the early 1940s. Its convertible top added a touch of glamour, appealing to buyers who wanted a stylish, open-air driving experience. Positioned as an entry-level model, the Special offered a more accessible way to own a Buick while still benefiting from the brand's reputation for durability and reliability. With production ceasing in February 1942 due to the war effort, relatively few examples of the 1942 Buick Special convertible were built, making it a rare model in the post-war period. The 1942 Buick Special convertible hit the market just as the U.S. was entering World War II. Automobile production shifted entirely to military vehicles, cutting short the model's production run. By the time civilian production resumed in 1945, the 1942 models were considered outdated, overshadowed by the promise of fresh post-war designs. The Special convertible relied on Buick's pre-war engineering, including its inline-8 engine, which produced around 110 horsepower. While adequate, it lacked the innovation or performance to stand out. Features like drum brakes and a 3-speed manual transmission were typical for the time, but quickly became obsolete as post-war advancements emerged. The Special convertible was overshadowed within Buick's own lineup. Models like the Super and Roadmaster offered more power and luxury, leaving the Special to feel like a compromise. In a market increasingly driven by aspirational purchases, the Special convertible struggled to attract attention. After the war, consumers were eager for modern, forward-looking designs. The 1942 Buick Special convertible, with its pre-war styling and mechanics, failed to meet these expectations. The U.S. entry into World War II in late 1941 marked a turning point for the auto industry. Civilian car production stopped, and manufacturers focused on producing military vehicles and equipment. When production resumed after the war, the focus was on innovation and meeting the pent-up demand for new models. Pre-war designs like the 1942 Buick Special convertible quickly fell out of favor as they represented an era many were ready to move on from. Even a well-made car can struggle if it's released at the wrong time. The 1942 Buick Special convertible was simply a victim of unfortunate timing. The Special convertible's lack of groundbreaking features left it vulnerable to becoming obsolete. In an industry that rewards progress, standing still is rarely a recipe for success. While rarity can make a car valuable, it must also have intrinsic qualities that make it desirable. The 1942 Buick Special convertible lacked the performance or luxury to achieve this balance. The 1942 Buick Special convertible serves as a reminder that even a stylish, well-built car can fade into obscurity without the right combination of innovation, performance, and timing. While its rarity makes it an interesting historical artifact, it failed to capture the public's imagination or establish a legacy in the post-war era. As we reflect on the 1942 Buick Special convertible, consider this question. How much of a car's success is determined by its inherent qualities, and how much depends on external factors like timing and market conditions? Number 10, 1946 Hudson Super 6 convertible, a car that marked Hudson's entry into the post-war automobile market. Unfortunately, despite the anticipation surrounding post-war vehicles, this model struggled to make a lasting impression. With reliability issues and a failure to innovate, the Super 6 convertible was quickly overshadowed by more forward-thinking competitors. The Hudson Super 6 convertible was part of the brand's effort to restart production after World War II. It capitalized on the popularity of convertibles and carried over pre-war designs to meet the immediate demand for new cars. Despite its bold ambitions, it fell short in a market hungry for modernity and reliability. The Super 6 convertible boasted the flowing lines and elegant curves reminiscent of the pre-war Art Deco design era. Its convertible top added glamour, appealing to buyers looking for stylish transportation. Hudson was known for producing solid and dependable vehicles. Many buyers hoped the Super 6 would uphold that reputation, despite its challenges. As one of Hudson's first post-war models, the Super 6 convertible hit the market early, meeting the pent-up demand for new vehicles after years of wartime restrictions. The Super 6 convertible was essentially a warmed-over version of Hudson's pre-war cars, with few notable updates. It relied on Hudson's aging inline-6 engine, which offered 102 horsepower. While adequate before the war, it lagged behind the more powerful engines emerging from competitors. Early post-war models often struggled with quality control as automakers transitioned back to civilian production, and the Super 6 convertible was no exception. Reports of mechanical issues, including problems with the transmission and electrical systems, dented its reputation. The booming post-war market saw automakers introducing fresh designs and new technologies. The Super 6 convertible's lack of innovative features, such as automatic transmissions or power options, made it feel outdated. Competitors like Ford and Chevrolet offered more advanced vehicles that appealed to buyers seeking progress and convenience. The Super 6 convertible was priced higher than many of its rivals. While Hudson's quality and craftsmanship justified the price in theory, its outdated design and limited features made it a tough sell against more modern alternatives. After the war, consumers were eager for vehicles that symbolized progress and modernity. The Super 6 convertible's pre-war roots left it ill-equipped to meet these expectations. Hudson, like many independent automakers, faced significant challenges in the post-war market. Larger companies like Ford, GM, and Chrysler had the resources to quickly innovate and produce vehicles at scale, leaving smaller brands like Hudson struggling to keep up. The Super 6 convertible's shortcomings were emblematic of the difficulties faced by independent manufacturers. Limited resources, reliance on outdated designs, and an inability to compete with the innovation and marketing power of the Big Three. Post-war buyers were eager for modern cars that reflected the optimism and progress of the era. Carrying over pre-war designs was a short-term strategy that quickly became a liability. Hudson's Super 6 nameplate had a strong reputation, but the 1946 model failed to build on that legacy with significant improvements or innovations. Mechanical reliability is a cornerstone of automotive success. The Super 6 convertible's issues alienated buyers and tarnished Hudson's reputation at a critical time. The 1946 Hudson Super 6 convertible stands as a cautionary tale of an automaker trying to navigate the transition from wartime production to a fiercely competitive post-war market. While it offered style and the appeal of a convertible, its outdated design, reliability issues, and lack of innovation left it overshadowed by more advanced and appealing competitors. As we reflect on the Super 6 convertible, consider this. How can automakers balance the need to capitalize on past success with the necessity of adapting to a rapidly changing market? For Hudson, the inability to strike this balance marked the beginning of its decline in the post-war automotive industry. Number 9, 1948 Frazer Manhattan convertible, a car that aimed to redefine post-war luxury but ultimately fell short of its ambitions. With a flathead six-cylinder engine and a price tag that exceeded its perceived value, the Manhattan convertible is a fascinating case of style overshadowed by unmet expectations. The Frazer Manhattan convertible was one of the first post-war luxury convertibles to hit the market. Introduced by the Kaiser Frazer Corporation, it represented the company's ambition to challenge the established luxury brands of the time. Its sleek design and upscale features aimed to attract affluent buyers, but beneath its elegant exterior, significant shortcomings hindered its success. The Manhattan convertible showcased a graceful, streamlined design with clean lines and chrome accents that exuded sophistication. It was one of the first production convertibles of the post-war era, adding to its novelty and appeal. The Manhattan was equipped with luxury touches such as plush interiors, a power-operated convertible top, and an extensive use of chrome trim. Its focus on comfort made it appealing to buyers seeking a refined driving experience. As one of the earliest luxury convertibles to emerge after World War II, the Manhattan convertible captured attention in a market eager for new vehicles. The car was powered by a 226 cubic inch flathead, six-cylinder engine producing just 100 horsepower. While adequate for leisurely cruising, the engine lacked the power and performance expected of a luxury vehicle in its price range. Competing models like Cadillac's V8-powered offerings delivered far superior performance, leaving the Manhattan feeling outdated. With a price tag of around $3,295, equivalent to over $40,000 today, the Manhattan convertible was significantly more expensive than many of its competitors. Buyers who could afford a luxury car at this price point often opted for more established brands like Cadillac, Packard, or Lincoln, which offered better performance and prestige. As a relatively new automaker, Frazer lacked the brand recognition and reputation of its competitors. The Manhattan convertible's high price made it a risky purchase for buyers uncertain about the company's long-term viability. The Manhattan convertible relied on pre-war engineering and lacked the technological advancements that were beginning to emerge in the late 1940s. Features like automatic transmissions and higher performance engines were becoming more common, but the Manhattan failed to keep pace. The convertible market, while glamorous, was relatively small compared to sedans and coupes. With its high price and limited utility, the Manhattan convertible struggled to find a substantial audience. The 1948 Frazer Manhattan convertible reflects the challenges faced by Frazer as an independent automaker in a rapidly evolving post-war market. Despite ambitious designs and a focus on luxury, the company struggled to compete with the resources and innovation of the big three automakers. The Manhattan convertible's shortcomings highlight the difficulties of balancing style, performance, and price in a market dominated by established luxury brands. Luxury cars must deliver on more than just aesthetics. Buyers in this segment expect power and refinement to match the car's premium price. A high price tag can be justified if the car offers exceptional value or prestige. The Manhattan convertible's price exceeded its perceived worth, driving buyers toward competitors. In the luxury market, reputation plays a crucial role. Frazer's status as a new and relatively unknown company made it difficult to convince buyers to invest in their high-end models. The 1948 Frazer Manhattan convertible stands as a symbol of post-war ambition that fell short of its potential. While its elegant design and upscale features earned it initial attention, its underwhelming performance, high price, and lack of innovation left it unable to compete in a crowded and competitive market. As we consider the legacy of the Manhattan convertible, it serves as a reminder that in the automotive industry, success requires more than just style. It demands a careful balance of performance, value, and brand credibility. For Frazer, the Manhattan convertible was a lesson learned too late, as the company's struggles would ultimately lead to its decline in the years that followed. Number 8, 1947 Plymouth Special Deluxe Convertible. A car that epitomized practicality and reliability, but failed to leave a lasting impression in the competitive post-war market. Known for its durability and utilitarian nature, it lacked the excitement and innovation needed to stand out among its rivals. By 1947, the automotive industry was transitioning back to civilian production after World War II. Manufacturers were eager to meet pent-up demand for new cars, but most offerings were warmed over pre-war designs. The Plymouth Special Deluxe Convertible was one such model, intended to provide reliable transportation for the average American family. Plymouth vehicles of this era were renowned for their rugged construction and dependable performance. The Special Deluxe Convertible's sturdy 218 cubic inch flathead, 6-cylinder engine was known for its reliability, making it a practical choice for long-term ownership. The car's straightforward design prioritized functionality, offering comfortable seating and a spacious trunk. It was well-suited for everyday use, appealing to families and middle-class buyers. While not a true luxury car, the convertible offered a touch of glamour at an attainable price, broadening its appeal. The Special Deluxe Convertible lacked the bold, eye-catching design that characterized many of its competitors. Its boxy silhouette and restrained use of chrome made it appear conservative and uninspired. Rivals like the 1947 Ford Super Deluxe Convertible and Chevrolet Fleetmaster Convertible offered sleeker, more dynamic styling that attracted buyers seeking something more glamorous. Plymouth continued to rely on pre-war engineering with few significant updates or technological advancements. Features like automatic transmissions, more powerful engines, and advanced suspension systems were absent, making the car feel outdated compared to the innovations beginning to emerge in the late 1940s. The flathead 6-cylinder engine produced a modest 95 horsepower, adequate for casual driving, but uninspiring for those seeking a more spirited experience. Heavier than its competition, the Special Deluxe convertible struggled with acceleration and agility, making it less exciting to drive. The 1947 Ford Super Deluxe and Chevrolet Fleetmaster offered similar reliability, but with more compelling designs and features. Plymouth's reputation for practicality often worked against it in the convertible segment, where buyers were more likely to prioritize style and prestige. The post-war market was flooded with new and returning models, creating stiff competition. Plymouth's emphasis on durability over excitement made the Special Deluxe convertible less memorable in a crowded field. The 1947 Plymouth Special Deluxe convertible illustrates Plymouth's strategy of prioritizing practicality and affordability over innovation and flair. While this approach served the brand well in the sedan and coupe segments, it left the convertible struggling to appeal to buyers seeking a sense of excitement and distinction. Plymouth's focus on middle-class practicality often clashed with the convertible market's emphasis on style and individuality. As a result, the Special Deluxe convertible failed to carve out a unique identity, blending into the background of a rapidly evolving automotive landscape. In segments like convertibles, aesthetics play a crucial role in attracting buyers. A lack of visual excitement can make even a reliable car forgettable. While reliability is essential, it must be paired with features and performance that meet evolving consumer expectations. By sticking too closely to pre-war designs, Plymouth missed an opportunity to make the Special Deluxe convertible stand out in the post-war market. The 1947 Plymouth Special Deluxe convertible serves as a reminder that reliability alone is not enough to create a memorable car. While it met the needs of practical buyers, its bland styling, lack of innovation, and unremarkable performance kept it from achieving lasting recognition. As we reflect on the Special Deluxe convertible, it stands as a testament to Plymouth's strength in building dependable vehicles, but also highlights the challenges of competing in segments where style and excitement often take precedence. For a car that could reliably get you from point A to point B, the Special Deluxe convertible was a solid choice. But for those seeking something more, it was all too easy to forget. Number 7, 1946 Chevrolet Fleetmaster convertible. A car that exemplified the transition from wartime production back to consumer vehicles. While undeniably stylish, it suffered from outdated engineering and uninspired performance, which left it overshadowed by newer, more advanced competitors in the booming post-war market. After World War II, automakers scrambled to restart civilian production. Due to time constraints and resource limitations, most manufacturers simply revived pre-war designs with minor updates. The Chevrolet Fleetmaster convertible was a prime example of this approach, a car that relied heavily on the foundation of Chevrolet's 1942 models. The Fleetmaster featured an attractive, streamlined body that reflected the Art Deco influence of the 1940s. Chrome accents, a sleek grille, and flowing fender lines gave the 1940-something a sleek and sophisticated look convertible a touch of elegance, appealing to buyers looking for a sophisticated ride. Powered by Chevrolet's proven 216 cubic inch inline-six engine, the Fleetmaster was dependable and easy to maintain, making it a practical choice for the average American driver. Chevrolet's widespread dealership network ensured that service and parts were readily available. As a drop top, the Fleetmaster added an element of glamour and leisure to its practical underpinnings, catering to buyers looking for a car to enjoy on sunny days. The Fleetmaster was essentially a rehashed version of the 1942 Chevrolet, with no significant mechanical or aesthetic updates. While its styling was elegant for its time, it failed to keep pace with the evolving tastes of a market hungry for something fresh and modern. The 216 cubic inch Stovebolt 6 engine produced only 90 horsepower, which was sufficient for daily driving but lacked excitement. The Fleetmaster's heavy body further hampered acceleration and agility, making it less engaging to drive compared to newer offerings. By the late 1940s, other manufacturers began introducing vehicles with more powerful engines, advanced suspensions, and updated styling. Rivals like the 1946 Ford Super Deluxe convertible and the Plymouth Special Deluxe convertible offered comparable reliability with slightly more modern designs, stealing attention from Chevrolet's aging Fleetmaster. Chevrolet opted to focus on mass production and affordability, leaving little room for experimentation or technological advancements in the Fleetmaster. The lack of features like automatic transmissions, better braking systems, or more powerful engines made the car feel dated almost immediately. While reliable, the Fleetmaster lacked the prestige and performance needed to become a standout model. Buyers seeking a more upscale experience were drawn to brands like Buick, Packard, or Cadillac, leaving the Fleetmaster relegated to the middle ground. The Fleetmaster convertible represents Chevrolet's post-war strategy of delivering dependable and affordable vehicles to a wide audience. This approach worked well for the sedan and coupe variants, but it was less effective in the convertible segment, where style, performance, and innovation often held more weight. Chevrolet's decision to prioritize production speed and familiarity over groundbreaking features allowed it to capture market share, but left the Fleetmaster convertible overshadowed by competitors that dared to be more daring or luxurious. In a rapidly evolving market, sticking to pre-war designs can leave a vehicle feeling obsolete before it even hits the showroom floor. While reliability is crucial, offering a compelling driving experience is equally important, particularly in aspirational segments like convertibles. The post-war buyer was looking for modernity and excitement, both of which were lacking in the Fleetmaster convertible. The 1946 Chevrolet Fleetmaster convertible serves as a case study in the challenges of post-war automotive production. While it successfully offered a reliable and stylish option for budget-conscious buyers, its reliance on outdated pre-war technology and uninspired performance left it trailing behind the competition. As a result, the Fleetmaster convertible is often forgotten today, a relic of an era when automakers were more focused on catching up with demand than pushing the envelope. It's a car that served its purpose in the short term, but ultimately failed to leave a lasting legacy in the history of American automobiles. Number 6, 1941, Ford Super Deluxe convertible, a car that, while immensely popular in its day, has largely been overshadowed by the progression of Ford's post-war lineup. This model's fall into obscurity is a tale of shifting consumer preferences, rapidly evolving design standards, and the challenges of maintaining relevance in a post-war world. The Ford Super Deluxe series was introduced in 1941 as the top trim level in Ford's lineup, offering buyers an upgrade in style, comfort, and amenities. The convertible version was a symbol of pre-war optimism, with its elegant design and open-top appeal, catering to buyers seeking a mix of luxury and leisure. At the time, the Super Deluxe convertible enjoyed significant success. However, its post-war trajectory tells a different story. The car featured bold, streamlined styling typical of the early 1940s, including a wide, chrome-laden grille and pronounced fender lines. It was a car designed to project an image of sophistication and modernity for its time. Equipped with Ford's flathead V8 engine, the Super Deluxe convertible offered respectable performance for the era. The 221 cubic inch V8 produced 85 horsepower, which was competitive at the time and earned a reputation for durability. The Super Deluxe included upscale materials and added features like a clock, AM radio, and upgraded upholstery, making it a comfortable choice for drivers who valued luxury. As one of the last major models introduced before World War II, the 1941 Super Deluxe became a familiar sight on American roads during the war years when civilian car production was halted. After World War II, automotive design underwent a rapid evolution, and cars with pre-war styling like the Super Deluxe quickly looked dated. Ford's own post-war models, starting with the 1949 shoebox Ford, introduced a completely new and modern design language, making the 1941 Super Deluxe feel like a relic of the past. While stylish in 1941, the heavy use of chrome, bulbous fenders, and pre-war proportions seemed old-fashioned compared to the sleek, integrated styling of the late 1940s and early 1950s. The Super Deluxe's design lacked the timeless appeal that could have cemented it as a collectible classic. Unlike iconic Ford models like the 1932 Ford V8 or the 1949 shoebox Ford, the 1941 Super Deluxe didn't break new ground or introduce groundbreaking innovations. Collectors often gravitate toward cars that represent a major turning point in automotive history, leaving the Super Deluxe overshadowed. By the late 1940s and early 1950s, buyers demanded modern features like automatic transmissions, improved suspension systems, and sleeker styling. The 1941 Super Deluxe offered none of these, making it feel obsolete. Many 1941 models were driven extensively during the war years, as civilian production ceased and replacement parts became scarce. As a result, surviving examples were often heavily worn, further reducing their desirability among collectors. While the Super Deluxe convertible was overshadowed in later years, it remains a symbol of pre-war America. It represented an era of optimism and a desire for elegance before the war reshaped the automotive industry. Its flathead V8 engine contributed to Ford's reputation for producing reliable and affordable performance, and its stylish design showcased the company's ability to cater to a growing middle class seeking a touch of luxury. Cars that rely too heavily on contemporary trends often struggle to remain relevant as tastes evolve. Models that fail to introduce new technologies or groundbreaking features are more likely to fade into obscurity. The dramatic shift in consumer expectations after World War II highlights how quickly an industry can change, leaving older models behind. The 1941 Ford Super Deluxe convertible was a car of its time, embodying the style and priorities of pre-war America. While it was popular during its heyday, the rapid advancements in automotive design and technology in the post-war years rendered it obsolete. Today, it is a largely forgotten model, overshadowed by Ford's later successes and remembered primarily as a stepping stone in the company's history. For collectors and enthusiasts, it serves as a reminder of the transitional period in automotive history, a time when the industry was poised to leap forward into a new era of innovation and design. Number 5, 1942, Lincoln Zephyr Convertible Coupe, a car that represented luxury and elegance before World War II, but ultimately faded into obscurity. The Zephyr convertible was an aspirational vehicle for its time, but its combination of hefty design, underwhelming power, and unfortunate timing ensured it would remain a forgotten footnote in Lincoln's history. Lincoln introduced the Zephyr in 1936 as a mid-price luxury car, aimed at bridging the gap between Ford's mainstream vehicles and Lincoln's flagship models. By 1942, the Zephyr Convertible Coupe was a symbol of pre-war American opulence, blending Art Deco-inspired styling with high-end materials and craftsmanship. However, the Zephyr Convertible Coupe's story is as much about its challenges as its strengths. Let's explore why this car, despite its initial promise, became a forgotten relic. The Zephyr's streamlined aerodynamic styling was cutting edge for the late 1930s and early 1940s. Its elegant curves, long hood, and chrome accents gave it a commanding presence on the road, exemplifying Art Deco aesthetics. The convertible coupe offered a lavish interior with high-quality materials, including leather upholstery and polished wood trim. It came equipped with advanced features for the era, such as hydraulic brakes and a push-button start system, showcasing its commitment to modernity. As part of the Lincoln lineup, the Zephyr carried the prestige of one of America's most respected luxury brands. It appealed to buyers seeking exclusivity and status. The Zephyr was powered by a 292 cubic inch flathead V12 engine, a standout feature at the time. This engine was compact and aimed at delivering smooth, quiet performance, fitting for a luxury car. The Zephyr Convertible Coupe was a heavy car, tipping the scales at over 3,800 pounds. Its weight, combined with the modest power output of the V12, 112 horsepower, made it sluggish compared to competitors, especially as the industry began focusing more on performance. The 1942 model year was cut short by World War II, as civilian car production ceased in February 1942 to support the war effort. With only a limited number of Zephyr convertibles produced, its short production run left little impact on the market. When car production resumed after the war, the Zephyr's pre-war design and technology felt outdated. Buyers gravitated toward newer models with fresh styling and improved engineering, leaving the Zephyr convertible behind. The flathead V12 engine, while innovative, was notoriously difficult and expensive to maintain. This deterred post-war buyers, who prioritized practicality and affordability during the economic recovery. After the war, Lincoln shifted focus to the Continental, which became its flagship model and redefined the brand's image. The Zephyr nameplate was retired in 1942, and its legacy was overshadowed by the success of the Continental. The Zephyr convertible coupe may be largely forgotten, but it remains an important piece of Lincoln's history. Its streamlined design influenced the evolution of automotive styling in the pre-war and post-war eras, and its luxurious appointments set a standard for the brand's later models. The car also highlights the challenges automakers faced during the tumultuous period surrounding World War II, as shifting priorities and economic realities reshaped the industry. A well-designed car can still fail if external factors, like wartime disruptions, cut its production short or affect market demand. Luxury cars must deliver both refinement and capability. The Zephyr's heavy design and underpowered engine limited its appeal, even to luxury buyers. Pre-war designs struggled to compete with the rapid advancements in automotive technology and styling that defined the late 1940s and 1950s. The 1942 Lincoln Zephyr convertible coupe is a fascinating example of pre-war American luxury that was derailed by circumstances beyond its control. While it offered elegance and innovation in its day, its heavy design, maintenance challenges, and the upheaval of World War II ensured it would fade from public memory. Today, the Zephyr convertible coupe serves as a reminder of a transitional period in the automotive industry, a time when style and luxury often came at the expense of practicality and performance. It stands as a symbol of what could have been and a lesson in the importance of adaptability and forward-thinking design. Number 4. 1948 Packard 8 Convertible, a car that embodied the craftsmanship and prestige of Packard's golden years, but ultimately failed to keep pace with post-war innovation. Despite its heritage, the Packard 8 convertible struggled with bulk, cost, and styling that felt behind the times, contributing to its gradual disappearance from public memory. Packard entered the 1948 model year with high expectations. Known for its luxury and engineering excellence, the brand had built a reputation as one of America's premier automakers. The Packard 8 convertible, part of the 22nd series, aimed to continue this tradition, offering buyers a blend of elegance, comfort, and the company's hallmark attention to detail. However, the automotive market had changed dramatically after World War II, and the Packard 8 convertible found itself out of step with the needs and desires of post-war consumers. Let's break down why this once luxurious vehicle became a forgotten chapter in Packard's storied history. Packard vehicles were renowned for their robust construction and meticulous craftsmanship. The 8 convertible was no exception, featuring high-quality materials and attention to detail throughout its design. Equipped with an independent front suspension and hydraulic shock absorbers, the 8 convertible provided a smooth and comfortable ride. Its spacious interior featured plush upholstery and advanced amenities for the time, such as a heater and a radio. Owning a Packard was a statement of wealth and status, and the 8 convertible carried that aura of exclusivity. For buyers loyal to the brand, it represented a continuation of Packard's legacy of luxury. The 288 cubic inch straight 8 engine delivered 130 horsepower, offering respectable performance for a luxury car of its era. Packard's bathtub design, introduced with the 22nd series, was polarizing. The car's bulbous, slab-sided shape lacked the modern, aerodynamic look that competitors like Cadillac and Buick were adopting. By 1948, the design felt stale, especially as consumers sought fresh, innovative post-war styles. The 8 convertible was large and heavy, with a curb weight exceeding 4,000 pounds. Its size made it cumbersome to handle and less efficient than smaller, nimbler rivals. The bulk detracted from the car's performance, even with the relatively powerful straight 8 engine. The Packard 8 convertible was priced around $3,300, roughly $40,000 today, putting it in direct competition with Cadillac and Lincoln. Despite its luxury credentials, it struggled to justify its cost compared to the more modern and stylish offerings from rival brands. After World War II, buyers wanted cars that symbolized progress and modernity. The 8 convertible, with its pre-war roots and conservative approach, didn't resonate with this new consumer mindset. Packard's inability to innovate and adapt to the changing market hurt its image and sales. While Packard still enjoyed a strong reputation in 1948, cracks were beginning to show. The company's shift toward lower-priced models to compete with mass-market brands diluted its luxury image, alienating high-end buyers. The 1948 Packard 8 convertible represents a turning point in Packard's history, a moment when the company's commitment to tradition began to clash with the demands of a rapidly evolving market. While it retained the quality and craftsmanship that defined Packard, it failed to innovate in the areas of design, performance, and consumer appeal. For collectors, the 8 convertible holds some value as a symbol of Packard's waning years of dominance. However, its polarizing styling and lack of historical significance have kept it from achieving the same level of desirability as other post-war luxury cars. Sticking to tradition can alienate buyers when the market demands progress. Automakers must strike a balance between honoring their heritage and embracing new trends. The post-war consumer landscape was vastly different from the pre-war era. Packard's reluctance to adapt hurt its ability to compete with more forward-thinking brands. While luxury is a key selling point, it must be paired with competitive performance, modern styling, and a price that reflects its value. The 1948 Packard 8 convertible was a car that epitomized the strengths and weaknesses of its brand. It offered quality, comfort, and prestige, but was hindered by outdated design, excessive bulk, and a failure to adapt to the post-war market. Today, it serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by even the most storied automakers in times of change. The 8 convertible's story underscores the need for innovation and adaptability, lessons that remain relevant in the automotive industry to this day. Number 3, 1947 Studebaker Champion convertible, a vehicle that aimed to capture attention with its innovative design, but ultimately fell short in performance and appeal. The Champion convertible represents a fascinating chapter in automotive history, marked by bold styling choices and a unique vision that didn't resonate with the broader market. The Studebaker Champion convertible was introduced in a post-war market hungry for new ideas and fresh designs. With its unconventional coming or going styling and distinctive look, it aimed to stand out in a crowded field. However, while it captured the imagination of some, it ultimately struggled to make a lasting impression. The Champion featured a unique coming or going design, meaning that its front and rear ends were almost indistinguishable. This concept was aimed at creating a modern aesthetic that challenged conventional automotive styling. The design was both bold and memorable, showcasing Studebaker's willingness to break from tradition. The Champion convertible offered a roomy interior with comfortable seating for 4 passengers. Its design prioritized passenger comfort, making it an attractive option for families and those who enjoyed leisurely drives. The convertible top added a touch of freedom and enjoyment for those who appreciated open-air driving. Priced competitively, the Champion convertible appealed to budget-conscious buyers looking for a stylish vehicle that offered good value. It was one of the more affordable convertibles on the market at the time. While the Champion's design was innovative, it also came off as quirky and polarizing. Many buyers found the aesthetics unappealing, and it failed to attract a broad audience. This unconventional approach to styling did not resonate with traditional car buyers, who preferred more classic looks. The Champion was equipped with a modest 170 cubic inch inline-6 engine that produced around 85 horsepower. This lack of power hindered the car's performance, leaving enthusiasts wanting more in terms of speed and driving excitement. In an era when other manufacturers were pushing for more powerful engines, the Champion's engine felt lackluster. Studebaker was not as well known as some of its competitors like Ford and Chevrolet. This lack of recognition made it challenging to compete for market share in the crowded convertible segment. The company struggled to build a strong brand image that could challenge more established names in the industry. The post-war automotive market was characterized by a demand for larger, more powerful vehicles. The Champion convertible's smaller size and lower power output did not align with the prevailing consumer preferences. As buyers gravitated toward models that offered both performance and size, the Champion convertible faded into obscurity. The 1947 Studebaker Champion convertible is remembered as a unique example of post-war automotive design. While it showcased innovative ideas and aimed to push the envelope, it struggled to gain traction in a competitive marketplace. For collectors and automotive enthusiasts, the Champion convertible may hold a nostalgic charm, representing an era of bold experimentation. However, its quirky design and underwhelming performance have kept it from becoming a sought-after classic, relegating it to a lesser-known status in automotive history. While innovative design is valuable, it must align with consumer preferences and practical performance expectations to succeed in the marketplace. Automotive design should aim for a balance between aesthetics and performance. Buyers often look for cars that offer both style and substance. A strong brand presence is essential for competing in the automotive market. Companies need to establish themselves as recognizable and trustworthy names to attract buyers. The 1947 Studebaker Champion convertible stands as a testament to a time of bold experimentation and innovation in automotive design. Its unique styling and spacious interior were commendable efforts to redefine the convertible experience. However, its quirky looks and modest performance ultimately hindered its success, leading to its fading from public memory. The Champion convertible serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by automakers in adapting to changing consumer preferences, emphasizing the importance of aligning innovative ideas with market realities. As we reflect on the Champion's legacy, we see both the risks and rewards of innovation in the automotive world. Number 2, 1949, Mercury 8 convertible, a vehicle that captured the spirit of its time, but ultimately fell into obscurity, overshadowed by its more iconic sedan counterpart. The Mercury 8 convertible represents a blend of style and performance that resonated with buyers in the late 1940s, yet it failed to maintain a lasting legacy. The 1949 Mercury 8 convertible was introduced during a post-war automotive boom when consumers were eager for stylish and modern vehicles. With its sleek lines and elegant design, it aimed to attract buyers looking for a sophisticated convertible experience. The Mercury 8 convertible featured a sleek and streamlined body that epitomized the late 1940s automotive aesthetic. Its design combined elegance with a touch of sportiness, making it an attractive choice for consumers. The convertible top added a sense of freedom and enjoyment for drivers and passengers alike, contributing to its appeal as a leisure vehicle. Equipped with a 255 cubic inch flathead V8 engine, the Mercury 8 offered decent performance for its time, producing around 110 horsepower. This provided a satisfying driving experience that appealed to buyers looking for a blend of style and power. Its performance capabilities made it suitable for casual cruising and leisurely drives, aligning well with the convertible's intended purpose. The interior of the 8 convertible was designed for comfort, featuring spacious seating and quality materials. This attention to passenger comfort contributed to a pleasant driving experience. With its stylish dashboard and convenient features, it offered an enjoyable environment for both drivers and passengers. The Mercury 8 sedan gained notoriety as a hot rod icon, particularly in the burgeoning custom car culture of the 1950s. This popularity left the convertible variant in its shadow, as enthusiasts gravitated toward the sedan's performance potential and aftermarket modifications. The sedan's robust presence in automotive culture overshadowed the convertible's allure, leading to a decline in its recognition. Production numbers for the 1949 Mercury 8 convertible were not as high as for its sedan counterpart. This limited availability contributed to its rarity, which can make it less recognizable today. Fewer convertibles on the road meant less visibility in the classic car market, leading to reduced interest from collectors and enthusiasts. As automotive trends evolved throughout the 1950s, consumer preferences shifted toward more powerful and sportier vehicles. The Mercury 8 convertible, while stylish, was not as performance-oriented as some of its contemporaries. This shift in focus towards muscle and performance cars left the 8 convertible behind in the ever-changing landscape of the automotive industry. Though the 1949 Mercury 8 convertible may not be remembered as a classic icon, it remains an important part of automotive history. Its stylish design and respectable performance captured the spirit of the late 1940s and reflected a time when consumers were seeking modern and elegant vehicles. Today, the 8 convertible serves as a reminder of the diversity within the Mercury brand and the changing dynamics of the automotive market. While it may not have achieved the lasting recognition of its sedan sibling, it still holds a place in the hearts of those who appreciate classic cars and the unique designs of the era. A vehicle's success can heavily depend on its market positioning. The ability to establish a model as an icon can overshadow other variants, regardless of their quality or appeal. Automotive manufacturers must adapt to changing consumer desires. Models that do not align with current trends may struggle to maintain relevance as tastes evolve over time. Vehicles that become part of cultural movements, such as hot rodding, often enjoy greater recognition and appreciation. The legacy of a car can significantly impact its historical standing. The 1949 Mercury 8 convertible, with its stylish design and respectable performance, represents a fascinating chapter in post-war automotive history. While it may have been overshadowed by its sedan counterpart and left behind in the evolving automotive landscape, it remains a noteworthy example of innovation and elegance from its era. As we reflect on the legacy of the Mercury 8 convertible, we see how market positioning and consumer preferences shape the fate of automotive designs. The Champion convertible may not have secured a lasting place in the annals of automotive history, but its unique character and place in the timeline of automobile evolution deserve recognition. Number 1, 1948 Nash Ambassador convertible, a vehicle that aimed to capture the hearts of post-war consumers, but ultimately faded into obscurity. With its distinctive design and positioning in the market, the Ambassador convertible offers a unique perspective on the challenges faced by automobile manufacturers during this transformative period. The 1948 Nash Ambassador convertible was part of Nash's effort to revitalize its lineup after World War II. As one of the more luxurious offerings, the Ambassador convertible sought to appeal to buyers looking for style, comfort, and an open-top driving experience. The Ambassador convertible featured a unique, bulbous design that set it apart from many competitors. Its rounded lines and flowing curves offered a striking visual appeal that was intended to convey modernity and luxury. The design was emblematic of the late 1940s trend towards more organic shapes in automotive styling, aiming to attract buyers with its bold appearance. The Ambassador convertible boasted a spacious interior with comfortable seating, making it suitable for leisurely drives. The emphasis on passenger comfort was a key selling point for Nash. The convertible top allowed for an enjoyable open-air experience, appealing to buyers looking for a stylish vehicle for sunny drives. Nash was known for its innovative engineering, and the Ambassador convertible was no exception. The car featured a one-piece windshield and an easy-to-operate convertible top mechanism. These features showcased Nash's commitment to user-friendly design and engineering, highlighting the brand's forward-thinking approach. While distinctive, the Ambassador's bulbous design was not universally loved. Many consumers preferred the sleeker, more aggressive styling of competitors like Ford and GM, which were gaining popularity during this era. The rounded shapes of the Ambassador convertible did not resonate with buyers seeking the performance-oriented aesthetics that were becoming fashionable. Despite its comfortable ride, the Ambassador convertible's performance left much to be desired. With a modest inline-six engine, it struggled to compete with the more powerful V8 options offered by rivals. This lack of performance made it less appealing to buyers who wanted a combination of style and speed, further diminishing its market presence. The Ambassador convertible was priced in a competitive range, but struggled to carve out a niche in a market dominated by more aggressive marketing and performance options from larger manufacturers. Consumers were increasingly drawn to brands that emphasized power and performance, leaving the Ambassador convertible at a disadvantage. The 1948 Nash Ambassador convertible may not be a household name today, but it represents an important chapter in the evolution of post-war American automobiles. Its unique design and focus on comfort highlight the efforts of manufacturers to adapt to changing consumer preferences in the wake of the war. While it may not have achieved the recognition or popularity of its rivals, the Ambassador convertible serves as a reminder of the diversity of automotive offerings during a period of significant change in the industry. A vehicle's design plays a crucial role in its appeal to consumers. While innovation is important, the aesthetic must resonate with the target audience to achieve lasting success. In an era where performance began to dominate consumer expectations, manufacturers must prioritize not only comfort and style, but also the power and handling of their vehicles to stay competitive. The automotive market is shaped by consumer desires and trends. Companies must adapt to these changes and anticipate what features and designs will resonate with buyers. The 1948 Nash Ambassador convertible is a fascinating example of an automobile that embodied the post-war spirit, yet struggled to find its place among more aggressive competitors. While it may not have achieved the recognition it deserved, it remains an important part of automotive history, illustrating the challenges manufacturers faced in a rapidly changing market. As we reflect on the legacy of the Ambassador convertible, we see how design, performance, and market positioning intertwine to shape the fate of vehicles in the automotive landscape. Thank you for your attention.